Hello everybody, my name is Ilya.
And my name is Tyler. Together we make up Cobre, a couple that loves to play board games.
This is day 2 of our Roll and Write month.
Exactly, and just as a reminder, if you comment down below, there might be something in it for you.
Exciting.
Maybe a giveaway or something.
But let's dive why you're here today. We want to tell you why you should play Roll and Writes.
Yeah, so we've made a list of 5 different reasons that you should play Roll and Writes.
But before we get to that list, what are Roll and Writes?
Oh, what's a roll and write? Well, a roll and write, or let's say blank and write, is essentially where you'll be doing one action, for example, rolling, and then writing based on what you have. So a lot of the genre, you'll see you're rolling dice, you're flipping cards, you're flicking tokens, a variety of different things, but in essence, what will happen is you'll just take whatever is there and write it down on your board or circle some things and get some points, and whoever has the most points wins.
Yeah, typically. So now let's dive into why you should play Roll and Writes. So reason number 1.
Accessibility.
So Roll and Writes are generally fairly accessible. Not only do they come in smaller boxes compared to the bigger games that you see, but they're also quite easy to set up too.
Yes, and on top of being quite easy to set up, they're pretty easy to pick up, and they're pretty fast to play.
Exactly. Most of them have a shorter time frame, but there's also a range in complexity too. So if you want something that's fairly simple, you just want to introduce someone to Roll and Writes, here's a game with minimal rules, dive right in, roll those dice, but then you can work your way up to some of the more complex Roll and Writes as well, and enjoy those for the mechanic. That's just so much fun.
And just to add to that, I think because they've got that wide range in complexity, you can even just start at one of the simpler Roll and Writes and work your way up to the more complex ones, and then by the end of it, you'll know like 50 different games, and they'll all be relatively easy to play.
That's the hope.
Yes.
Now, for fun, we thought we'd show you how easy it is to set up a Roll and Write in a race competition. So the first person to empty the box, get the sheet ready, get the pen out, and roll the dice wins. On your marks, get set, go.
Excuse me, are you putting me in slow motion so I lose?
No.
Well, what is that? How dare you?
So the second reason why you should play Roll and Writes is adaptability.
Basically here is most of the time you're faced with random chance, and you don't know if you're going to get a 6, a 1, or anything in between. And you really have to understand that when these dice, or whatever it is that is involved in this game, whatever is rolled, flipped, flicked, you've got to make sure you use it efficiently. So you really have to adapt to what's given to you.
Because there is not open information and you can't really plan for what's ahead, you'll adapt to certain circumstances, and depending on the dice rolls, maybe have to mix up a strategy every now and then. And that's a skill that's really valuable to have in life, but I also find a lot of board games actually let you practice a skill really well.
Yeah. In particular, Roll and Writes, especially the ones that involve the more random chancey stuff. Flicks, I would say, is up there, because you don't, well, maybe there's some professional flickers out there, but it's not me. It's not me.
So if you want to improve your adaptability, if you want to grow in that sense, or just get into it uncomfortably until you are comfortable with it, maybe Roll and Writes are for you.
So the third reason we think everybody should play Roll and Writes is because of the growth that can happen.
The growth? Do you mean the Roll and Writes are going to grow?
Yeah, if you put them into water, they'll explode into giant games. And who doesn't want to play a lifestyle version of a Roll and Write?
As neat as that would be, that's not what we meant by this point. What we mean by growth is the growth of you throughout your adventure in Roll and Writes, because a lot of Roll and Writes you can improve on game to game. And that's something that I find really valuable about this genre is sometimes you can come into one and score miserably the first game. You can lose, but then you know what you did wrong, and because there's enough variation and enough information
Randomness.
available to you from the get-go too, you can grow and begin to take different strategies, try to plan and adapt in different ways, and you can see yourself grow.
The other thing I will say about growth in roll and writes is the fact that the rulebooks have a back, and sometimes those rulebooks have stars or scoring opportunities so you can see how well you did comparatively.
Or even achievements, something to
Yeah.
strive for, for higher scores to reach. And some games even have unlockable content if you reach certain scores.
True.
Like Trek 12.
Yes. What a great game.
The other thing too is that what we love doing is we love saving all the rip out sheets at the back of the notepad of all the sheets. So we can see the scores compare, and we always know what the high score is too and what score to beat, and it makes it quite fun.
Yeah, I actually remember, I think it was on tour, has a Hall of Fame. So you basically have like a high scoreboard, and every time somebody beats that high score, you put their name in the next award box, and I think that's really neat. Well, that leads us to reason number 4 into why you should play roll and writes.
So that's combinations.
Oh wow, combinations.
So this is one of my favorite reasons why you should play roll and writes, because majority of the games in this genre have an ability for you to create combinations within the game. And what I mean by that is you can roll, let's say, a 6, and where you write the 6, there's an ability to write another number somewhere else, and that can cascade into madness and a lot of combinations, and it makes me so happy to plan for those things, because there's nothing like creating a chain reaction and scoring so many points.
Yeah, it does feel really, really, really good. And if you're like me, I just obsess over combinations, and I basically will lose a game because I'm too focused on building combinations that would never work. But it's still fun to at least try.
And the combinations lead to such grand moments that you'll always find memorable. So last but not least, the reason number 5, luck.
Luck? What does that have anything to do with why you should play roll and writes? Luckily, I've got the answer. Well, let me tell you a little thing about luck. When luck is involved with board games, you don't have to worry about somebody who is strategically amazing at games to always come out and win.
As much, because there is still strategy involved.
Yes, for sure. But you could also just get lucky on your, if you need 11s all the time, then you could just get really, really lucky and win the game. When statistically, that's not possible.
In general, luck just creates really interesting experiences, because a lot of the time the reason that we play board games is to make memories with some of our friends or family members. And what's a better memory than rolling something extremely unlikely and winning the game? Or flipping that perfect card that you need at the last moment. That's a memory that you're going to talk about in the next board game nights and potentially family gatherings. Do you remember that one time that I rolled the perfect roll?
Yeah, for sure. And like as you get like more and more complex with the game, then obviously it does become more about strategy than luck. But at the same time, you still just gotta like work through it and do the best you can. And have fun, because that's what these games are all about.
Having fun!
Yay, fun!
And that is the 5 reasons why you should play roll and writes. We hope that we inspired you, and maybe you'll pick up a roll and write in the future.
Let us know which one. So finally, for the question of the day.
So this is an important one. Near the end of the month, we are going to do the Calvary Roll and Write Awards, where Tyler and I will look at different categories and both pick a game and announce it to you. So it'll be a little fun video that we do. But although we have a lot of the categories already planned out, we'd love to hear a little bit more. So if you want to drop in the comments below a category that you would love to see us give a Roll and Write award for. Some of the ones we've thought of already are the best dice, or the best thematic integration.
Or the most complex.
Ooh, we'll see.
Yeah, who knows?
But if there's any silly ones, if there's any ones that you think can come up, we'll try to incorporate as many of them as possible. So please leave a comment down below and we'll hopefully incorporate that in our awards video.
I've been suggesting that we do a most likely to be class clown roll and write. So, something to
pretty good one.
spark your juices. Something to spark your juices.
And if you leave a comment, you'll be eligible to win our giveaway for the month, which you can learn more about in our initial video, which you can be linked to at the end of the video. Well, thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we really appreciate you sticking around for our Roll and Write month. We can't wait to share everything that we have in store for you.
Until next time, stay dicey, folks.
Bye.
Bye.